As we grow our YouTube channel, we're very happy with the progress and we're happy with all the positive responses and comments. So we feel that we're on the right track and we'd like to share more of our personal stories with our community. We feel that if we can make one little bit of difference in anybody's life, that's our motivation. So here is an overview of my story.
I'm taking my chances along with my dreams.
Hi everybody, I'm Cheryl with CNC RV There Yet. And for those of you who don't know me, I come from a small 5 square mile island in the Dutch Caribbean, Sable. We are a direct colony of Holland, and Sable sits on the northern end of the Caribbean islands. We are east of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Most people have never heard of us, but most people have heard of St. Martin, and I have to fly to St. Martin to get to my island. And today I want to share with you my story. And because I come from a tiny mountainous island with lots of rocks, I thought a great place to share my story would be while I'm outside. So I was born and raised on Sable. I lived there my entire life until I moved to Florida 17 years ago with my kids so that they could go to school. We only have a high school on the island. When I grew up, there was no high school. There was only an elementary school. And I'm the youngest of 7. My mom and dad, my parents, they did give me the opportunity to go to St. Martin to school. But I was only 11. I turned 12 when I moved there. And I was so homesick. I missed my family so much. I hated every minute. And 6 months later, I went home and I didn't go back to school. So education has always been a challenge. People say, why would you leave the Caribbean? The Caribbean is paradise. And it is paradise, but every place has its pros and cons. And on a tiny island, medical care and education is definitely a bit of a challenge, quite a bit of a challenge. And those are two of the things on a small island like Sable that you're faced with. And plus, I had dreamed about coming to America for a very long time. So I guess I'm using my kids as an excuse because I wanted them to have the opportunity to go to school. But I also wanted the opportunity. We used to come to Florida every year and spend the summers in Florida. One year I stayed for 6 weeks and, just rented a house and rented a car just as if we were living here. And I decided, yes, I definitely could live in Florida. The climate was very much like our island. So I had a little tropical feel. I don't think I could have moved to Montana or a northern state where it was cold, but Florida seemed like an easier place to transition. But growing up on my little island was very cool because I didn't know the outside world. I didn't long to live in America because I hadn't traveled too far. And our little island is a great place for small kids. It's very safe, and it's a simple island. Life is simple. I always say when I took Charles there for the first time, my hubby, and he asked me, a white bird flew over, and he asked me what kind of bird it was. I said, it's a white bird. I said, probably in America it has like a complicated name, but here we call it a white bird. So we keep things simple for sure. And when I moved to this country in 2004, I was hit with a lot of challenges. I had research on how to get to this country, and my brother sponsored me through his business, and I worked for him for 8 years, and that was a wonderful thing, because if it wasn't for him, I may not be living this life today and traveling across the country like I am. So I'm forever grateful for that opportunity. But financially, I hadn't done a whole lot of research, and it was super expensive compared to living on Sabre. Insurance was so expensive. My car insurance, the first year that both of my sons were driving, my car insurance was like $7,000 for the year. I could have bought a car. So there were a lot of challenges in this country. I didn't know that junk mail was junk mail. I didn't know about soliciting calls. I took every call. I opened every piece of mail. And very often I met a lot of challenges along the way. But you know what? I never look back. Every step we take for a reason. I am super grateful for the opportunity to be in this country. And my goal is to come from a 5 square mile islands and see 50 states. So this road trip is a beautiful trip for me in many ways, because it's a goal and a challenge as well to see all the states, and I want to do it in 5 years. So 5 is a number here, a 5 square mile island, 50 states, and 5 years. When we started our YouTube channel, it was primarily to document our travels for our own benefit. But the more we travel, the more we want to document, we want to share it with all our family back home. So it's not only for our own benefit, but mainly to share. I like to share everything, whatever good I experience, I want to share it with somebody else. If I eat good food, I want to tell everybody about it. I want to tell everybody about the good things. And this YouTube channel is primarily to share everything. And I wanted to share a little bit of my story, because everybody has a story. So I met a lot of challenges in this country, but I'm super, super grateful to have the opportunity to live in this country. And now on this road trip, this is like just the most amazing thing. I'm so thankful and blessed every day that I have this opportunity to be taking this road trip with my wonderful hubby, who was very familiar to RVing. I wasn't. I couldn't even imagine living in an RV. But everything starts in the head. So we had downsized to a condo, and after the condo I thought, oh, I can definitely do this. And now I can't even imagine going back to living in a house. I love living in our tiny space. I say we don't live in the RV, we live out of the RV, and life is one big adventure. I try to every day start my day off with positive stuff. I don't watch the news. I've never been a person to watch too much news, and I don't like to fill myself with negative things. I like to fill myself with positive things, and I like to share positive things. And if I can tell you anything, I can tell you this, that if this can be my life, and if you see something into it that appeals to you, it can be yours as well. Because like I said, I went to elementary school. I got my high school diploma just before I came to this country, just before I turned 40. And now I have my insurance license, and this is what I do. I work from the road. So of course, to do something like this, you have to be able to work remotely. But if you work remotely or if you're retired and you like to travel, this is an amazing lifestyle. I get up every day thanking God, and I end my day the same way. And I just want to share with you all that if traveling is something for you, if I can do it, you can do it. And I feel that we should all share positive, share peace and love. And I think if we all extended the goodness inside us to the world would be a better place. Over the next few weeks, we'll be sharing personal stories and details on how we're making this trip possible. I can't tell you how many people have told us, I'd love to do what you're doing. Well, I'm here to tell you it can be done. That's all I have for today. Until the next video. This is CNC on the road.